Hey there, and welcome back to the Warp Zone. I'm Mellow Joe, and today we're checking out a game for the Wii. This one's available for download on the WiiWare channel, and it's called Bit.Trip Beat. Before we get started with Bit.Trip Beat, though, we're going to set the Wayback Machine back to the late 70s and take a stroll down memory lane.
Now, if you know what you're looking at, I can tell you right now that you're probably going to enjoy Bit.Trip Beat. But if you have no idea what you're looking at right now, this is a Pong system. It's widely regarded as the first home console, although it's actually the second. There was a little lawsuit. But anyway, this one got into most people's homes. It's a version of Pong, and this version that we're looking at here is a 1976 model from Sears and Roebuck. My dad gave this to me, and it's one of my favorite pieces in my video game collection because it's kind of where home video games started for a lot of people. This particular model has two paddles on it, and they are detachable, and it also has a onboard speaker, which you can hear the beeping there, and that's going to be important later on. Now the paddle here, if you've ever wondered why your grandma calls your controllers paddles, this is why. It's because of Pong, and it was real easy to control. All you had to do was twist this little dial here, and had a few different settings to help give you some variation, because let me tell you, the 4 game types on there, not great compared to today's standards, but I mean, 76, if you had a video game in your house, you were doing pretty good, I think. So anyway, let's get back to present day. So here we are in present day 2009, and we've got Bit.Trip Beat. It's definitely what you would call a throwback. It borrows heavily from Pong, and that's not a bad thing. Now, one of the first things you'll notice about Bit.Trip Beat is it kind of does for Pong what Pac-Man Championship Edition did for Pac-Man, or some of these other remakes and evolved versions of the old arcade games. Now, of course, this isn't made by the original people that made Pong or anything, so it definitely goes in a different direction. But it's hard not to mention Pong when you're playing this game, and you'll see why here in just a second. It borrows very heavily, but it takes Pong and turns it into kind of a music experience. As you'll see with each Pong ball thing that's reflected, it does a musical little beep. As the game progresses, the music and the volleys become much more complicated. At the top of the screen, you'll notice you have the mega meter, and at the bottom is the nether meter. Now, of course, you've probably gathered by now that one is good and one is bad. When you return a volley, you get the mega meter and it fills up. And then at the bottom, when you miss one, your nether meter fills up. Now, in a minute, we'll take a look at what happens when you fill the nether meter. But the mega meter is what you want to focus on, and you fill that up by not missing any of the volleys. I guess that's what we'll refer to them as, because I don't know. I don't want to talk about balls flying at you all day. So now, once you get your mega meter full, you get a multiplier score, which increases your score greatly. Of course, there's always going to be some Japanese kid somewhere that's going to beat your score by like 10 million. But still, if you want to impress your friends, that's how you get it done. But if you enjoyed Pong, you will love this game. If you're a younger gamer, I don't know if this one's for you. Maybe. It's hard for me to gauge how entertaining it would be to somebody that's much younger than myself, that, you know, started out with, you know, 16 32-bit games, things like that. I don't know what you guys will think of it. I hope you enjoy the retro look and feel of it, but it's hard for me to speak on behalf of the younger gamer. I would definitely recommend it for anybody. It's certainly, you know, family friendly, so there's not anything to worry about there. Now here you see the game becoming increasingly complicated, and you're going to see what happens when you go into the nether zone. I mean, I don't know, it's not like there's an instruction manual, not like you really need one, but as you can see, I'm not doing so great here. And here I am in the Nether, and it looks just like the original Pong, the early 70s Pong, and it's great because when you're playing and you can't hear it here, game over. What you can't hear there is the onboard speaker in your Wii remote is doing the bleeps and the bloops instead of it coming through your speakers, your main speakers. So it really gives the feel of the old Pong, and for me, that was a real treat for somebody that's enjoyed the original Pong, and I'm sure some of the older gamers will really just get a kick out of that. I don't know why it was so cool, but for me it was pretty awesome. And some of the younger gamers, that might be totally missed on them if they've never played the original Pong. That's why I was saying earlier, I don't know how much the younger gamers will like it. I hope you enjoy it. But I definitely recommend this one, and you should give it a try. It's available on WiiWare. It is 600 Wii points, which translates to $6 American. $6, you're not out that much. And if you want to go buy a Pong machine, I mean, you're looking at, for the model that I've got, probably $40. I guess that's probably if you get it in the box and everything. But anyway, I think you'll enjoy this one, and I give it high marks. So, I hope you've enjoyed Bit.Trip Beat. Be sure to check out the Amplifier online, www.bgdailynews.com/amplifier. We've got more video game reviews there, as well as a look at local music, arts, and more. And coming up, I've got a review of Mad World for the Wii, and also Leisure Suit Larry for Xbox 360. That's some of the stuff I've got in the pipeline. Got a few more surprises on the way. So, thanks for joining me on the Warp Zone. I'm Mellow Joe, and I'll see you next time.